quickly ask the audience one very simple question. And the question is, who, according to you, is the most important person in your life? Take a couple of seconds, dwell into yourself, and try and answer this question for me. Who, according to you, is the most important person in your life? Super. So, while you all have dwelled into yourself, I'm sure there was a list that ran by, and you chose one person who, according to you, is the most important person in your life. How many of you all chose your parents to be the most important person in your life? Lovely. How many of you all chose your spouse, husband, wife, legally wedded, as the most important person in your life? Wow, I love today's generation. I can hardly see hands. Super. Trust me, good decision. But let's move ahead. How many of you all thought your children were the most important people in your life? I'm assuming there are very less married women, and that's why no hands. How many of you all trusted your friends to be the most important person in your life? And how many of you all actually thought you were the most important person in your life? Awesome. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, if you have given yourself a priority over anybody else. Trust me, every single relationship only works if you exist. What happens if you are bedridden? Broken ligament, broken jaw, broken leg, and you are bedridden, you become a burden on all these relationships. Even if we go ahead and ask you, where did all these relationships emerge from? And the answer is only one. The root cause of all these relationships is only a woman. So think about it. I want you to structurally define a woman for me. So what is the thought, what is the image that comes in front of your mind when you say woman? Very simple. And I'm sure all of you all will agree with me, it's a hourglass shape. 2 breasts, 1 sexy waist, exactly like mine. Thank you for the encouragement, means a lot. And the 2 legs. That's how we describe women. Ask them to draw a structure, and that's where it ends. How many of us would have drawn a structure of a woman with a single or no breast? Can you even imagine it or think about it? Very difficult. 16 years ago, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and one side of my breast had to be completely removed, I actually thought, finish. I am not a complete woman anymore. One night before my surgery, when I went for a shower, I stood in front of the mirror and I was looking at it. And I actually spoke to my breast and I said, hey buddy, I know you're not going to be with me from tomorrow onwards. But one promise I give to you, that till the time I'm alive, I'm going to smile and hold up a bold face and ensure that your absence doesn't affect me. Trust me guys, easier said than done. Second day, surgery gets over, I come out, everything is good, wound is healing, but that's the time when realization hit me super hard. That's the time when life just splashed in front of me. Because I was not a complete woman then, and the only reason being, I could not go to a shop and pick up a bra and wear it like any other woman would do it. I could not pick up a dress from a store and wear it because I have a difference of 1.5 inches between both my hands. And that's when it struck me, oh, I am not complete. There is something which is missing and stopping me from doing this. The worst was when I came out and I saw my dad, my mom, and my husband sit there and cry. Cry not because I suffered, cry because they felt their daughter deserved much better. So I remember my mom telling the Almighty, why my daughter? What wrong has she done? And that's the time I realized I need to be powerful. I need to be bold and brilliant. Because if I'm not, my family will be shattered. And that's the day I picked up all my courage and I stood in front of them. 3 things I told my mom. And I'm sure you'll appreciate that, and I'm sure you will also want to vouch for something like that. It's very easy. I told my mom, I said, Mom, you know what? Even God knows your daughter can't lose weight. 4 kg, one shot, finish. Any takers for that? Anybody? Trust me, 4 kilo, inside out, you're done. The second thing I told my mom is, thank your stars. Your daughter has got cancer in a place which can be cut and thrown. What if you had it in a place which could not be healed? What if you had it in a place which can't be removed? And third, thank your stars. Your daughter has a disease which we can afford. What if you can't? And all these thought processes purely came out with a very simple thought that why did God give it to me? And when I had to reflect back, it was very simple. There was a purpose. God gave it to me for a purpose. Now, the purpose could be as simple as, Anjana, go stand on TEDx and talk. But without breast cancer, you can't talk. So I gave it to you. The second option that I had is probably help a lot of women come out of it. People think that, at such a young age, you have your breast removed, must be very tough. But trust me, it is not the age which matters. Last week, I was sitting and counseling a very young lady, 75 years of age, contracted breast cancer. One side of her breast was completely removed. And the moment I went there and I said, Akka, because she was a Tamilian, I said, Akka, don't worry. Everything will be fine. It's just a part of the journey. And she said, but beta, I don't have 2 breasts. I am not a complete woman anymore. At the age of 75. That's what the woman went through. And that's what each one of us as women go through. Because we feel if we don't have 2 breasts, we are not a complete woman. And the irony of life is, there is a reason why we believe that, because society believes in that structure. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, with 1 breast less, I only feel much more lighter on this planet Earth. But more than anything else, I feel more confident. But if you had to ask me this question, Anjana, can you come up on the stage and address this audience without a prosthesis, without camouflaging one side of your breast? My answer is no. Because if I don't camouflage here, I will not have this vision here. As simple as that. So for you to move from year to year, this needs to be covered in the right manner. And that's what life is all about. Thank you so much. More than anything else, I'm going to ask you this very simple question. It's very ironical though. And the question is, I'm sure all of you all have filled in some form at some point of time in your life, some admission form, school form, multiple different kinds of forms. And in that form, when you fill this form, there is a section called disability. Are you disabled? Yes? No. My question to people who are wearing glasses, if you're wearing a pair of glasses, or if you're spectacles or reading glasses or anything, would you tick a yes as disability or would you tick a no? Others will not tick only. So would you tick a yes or would you tick a no? No, we all would tick a no. Hello, specs can't be disability. But what does your specs actually do to you? It just enhances your vision. It makes your vision much more clearer and much more confined and much more sharper. But think about it. Will you do the same thing if you're wearing a hearing aid? You wouldn't. Disability would be a yes if you're wearing a hearing aid. But what does a hearing aid do? Exactly the same thing. It enhances your listening skills. But that is life. And life with a manner which says, Here is no disability, here is disability. So disability starts from back. Simple funda. And that's how you live your life. For hearing me and listening to me for such a long time, thank you so much. I'm going to leave you with this one last thing. Two things in life. Friends, if you live with these two things in life, trust me, no matter what shit life throws at you, you will be confident, you will be very good at it. And the two things is, number one, define your purpose. Why is it that you're existing on this planet Earth? God has sent you here because of a reason. God has sent you here for a purpose. I may not know answers to all the purposes today, but if you are able to identify your purpose, no matter what shit comes in your life, you will smile and say, Anade, Anade. That's what life is. And number two, if you ever think anybody else except you is more important on this planet Earth, please go back and revisit. Life is all about not why me, but come on guys, try me. Thank you so much.